The morning was serene. The world bathed in golden light as the Buddha sat beneath the sacred Bodhi tree. His presence exuded tranquility, a living embodiment of peace. I approached with hesitation, my heart weighed down by memories I could not relinquish. The Buddha noticed my unrest. His gaze soft, his voice a balm to my troubled mind. "Why do you carry this burden, my friend?" he asked, his tone gentle yet penetrating. I lowered my eyes, struggling to find words that could capture my inner storm. "Blessed One," I began, my voice faltering, "the past clings to me like a shadow, and I cannot shake it off." The Buddha nodded, his expression understanding. He picked up a small clay pot filled with water, cradling it in his hands. "Tell me," he said, "if you carry this pot for a moment, would it feel heavy?" I shook my head, puzzled by his question. "No, Blessed One, a moment would be manageable," he continued, his voice steady like the flow of a river. "And if you were to carry it for an hour?" The image made me pause. I could feel the weight in my mind. "It would grow heavier," I admitted, my brow furrowing. "What if you carried it for a day, or even a lifetime?" he asked, his eyes holding mine. "It would become unbearable," I replied, my voice tinged with realization. The Buddha smiled softly, his words flowing like a gentle breeze. "And so it is with the past. The longer we hold onto it, the heavier it becomes." His fingers loosened, and the pot fell, the water spilling onto the earth, sinking into the soil. "Release it, and its weight will vanish." I stared at the spilled water, my heart aching with recognition of my plight. "But how, Blessed One?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. He gestured for me to sit, and I folded my legs beneath me, awaiting his guidance. "Begin by understanding the nature of your attachment," he said, his tone patient. "What is it that you cannot let go?" Memories of past failures surged forward, vivid and haunting. "I have failed those who depended on me," I confessed, my voice breaking. The Buddha's expression remained serene, yet compassionate. "Failure is a teacher," he said, his words resonating deeply. "It is not the chains that bind you. It is your refusal to learn and move forward." His words struck like a bell, clear and resounding. I blinked back tears, my chest tightening with unresolved emotions. "But the pain, Blessed One," I said, my voice trembling. "It feels endless." He leaned forward slightly, his presence grounding me. "Pain is like fire," he said. "Left untended, it consumes. Acknowledged and understood, it transforms and illuminates." The wind rustled the leaves above, a natural symphony that seemed to echo his wisdom. "Imagine a bird tethered to a stone," he continued, his hands forming the shape of flight. "No matter how strong its wings, it cannot soar." His words painted vivid images in my mind, bringing clarity to my suffering. "You are that bird," he said, his gaze piercing yet kind. "But you hold the power to sever the tether." I closed my eyes, the heaviness in my chest shifting slightly. "How do I cut the tether?" I asked, a seed of hope sprouting within me. The Buddha smiled faintly, a glimmer of light in his expression. "Through understanding and forgiveness," he said. "Understand the root of your attachment and forgive yourself for clinging to it." His words unfolded in my mind like a lotus blooming in still waters. "Self-forgiveness is the first step," he continued, his voice steady and clear. "Without it, the journey remains incomplete." I nodded, though my heart wavered, unsure of my strength to undertake such a task. He seemed to sense my hesitation, offering words that carried both encouragement and wisdom. "Remember," he said, "the past is a shadow, neither real nor substantial. It exists only as long as you acknowledge it." His gaze turned to the horizon, where the sun began its ascent, casting light on the world below. "The present is where life unfolds," he said, gesturing to the vibrant scene around us. Here, in this moment, you are free. The simplicity of his statement left me momentarily speechless. I looked to my hands, imagining them clutching the intangible weight of my memories. How do I choose freedom? Blessed One? I asked, my voice tinged with vulnerability. He placed a hand over his heart, his gesture profound yet simple. By letting go, he said, release the grip of your mind, and your heart will follow. The morning deepened, and the world seemed alive with renewed clarity. I sat in silence, absorbing his words like rain falling on parched earth. Though the weight of the past still lingered, his teachings planted a seed of liberation within me. The journey ahead felt daunting, yet the path was illuminated by his wisdom. And so, beneath the Bodhi tree, my journey toward freedom from attachment began. Another day, the sun rose, casting its golden light over the world, painting the sky with hues of dawn. The Buddha led his disciples to the riverbank, its waters glistening and flowing gently over polished stones. The sound of the current was soothing, a natural melody that filled the air with peace. Observe the river, the Buddha said, his voice calm, his gaze fixed on the flowing water. It moves forward, unceasing, unbound by the past or the obstacles in its path. I stood among the disciples, my mind restless, unable to grasp the simplicity of his teaching. The Buddha turned to us, his hands gesturing toward the current. Does the river cling to the stones it passes? He asked. We shook our heads, our attention drawn to the water as it danced over rocks and around bends. No, Blessed One, we answered, our voices filled with curiosity. Why, then, he continued, do we cling to the stones of our past, anchoring ourselves in suffering and regret? His question pierced my heart, bringing forth memories I had tried to bury. The weight of my failures and mistakes felt like stones pulling me under. He paused, allowing the weight of his words to settle within me like the stilling waters of the lake. Master, I asked, how can I calm these ripples when my thoughts and emotions seem beyond my control? Buddha turned his gaze toward the horizon, the setting sun painting the sky in hues of orange and gold. We must flow forward, embracing the impermanence of all things. The water trickled through his fingers, merging back with the stream, a visual metaphor for his words. Blessed One, I spoke, my voice trembling with emotion. How can we, bound by our attachments, emulate the river's freedom? The Buddha's gaze softened, and he gestured for me to sit beside him. The earth cool beneath me. It begins with acceptance, he said, his tone steady. Begin with awareness, he said. Observe the ripples without attachment or judgment. Acknowledge them, and they will lose their power. Resisting change is like trying to dam the river, he continued. It only creates turbulence and suffering. The imagery resonated deeply, and I felt a glimmer of understanding amidst the confusion of my thoughts. But Blessed One, I said, my voice faltering, the pain of loss and failure feels insurmountable. How do we move past it? He reached for a stone, smooth and cool, and held it before us. This stone, heavy in my hand, symbolizes your pain, he said. He extended his arm, letting the stone fall into the river with a soft splash. The river does not stop for the stone. It flows around it, carrying it forward, he said. Your pain, like the stone, can be carried without halting your journey. His words were a revelation, a shift in perspective that began to ease the weight on my heart. The Buddha rose, his movements fluid, his presence commanding yet humble. Come, he said, leading us to the edge of the water. When the waters settle, you will see not only your reflection but also beyond it. His words lingered in the air, a gentle reminder that understanding required patience and a willingness to surrender. He knelt beside me, his voice a gentle guide. Let go of the need to control the flow, he said. Surrender to its rhythm, and you will find peace. The water carried small leaves and twigs, a testament to its unyielding motion toward the vast ocean beyond. Blessed One, I asked, my voice tinged with doubt, what if we lose ourselves in the current, adrift and directionless? He smiled faintly, his expression filled with assurance. The river knows its path, he said, even amidst twists and turns. It finds its way to the ocean. His words calmed the storm within me, a balm to my fears and uncertainties. The disciples around me seemed equally moved, their faces reflecting a newfound understanding. The Buddha stood, his gaze fixed on the horizon, where the river met the sky in the distance. Life is a journey, he said, his voice carrying a profound sense of truth. To cling to the past is to stagnate. To flow with the present is to live. I approached the Buddha with a quiet joy and lingering questions that had yet to unfold fully in understanding. Master, I said, bowing before him as he sat beneath the Bodhi tree, I no longer feel lost. Yet I am not complete. The Buddha turned to us, his hands resting lightly at his sides. Remember, he said, freedom lies in letting go, in trusting the flow of existence. I closed my eyes, the sound of the river enveloping me, a soothing mantra that calmed my restless thoughts. His words lingered, a beacon of hope and clarity that illuminated the path ahead. As the river flowed ever onward, so too did my understanding of his teaching deepen. The journey was far from over, but the burden on my heart felt lighter, the tether of the past loosening. With each moment spent by the river, I felt myself moving closer to the freedom the Buddha spoke of. And so, the lesson of the river became a guiding force, a reminder to embrace life's flow. Another day, the twilight descended, painting the skies with shades of amber and crimson as stars began to emerge. The Buddha sat beneath the spreading branches of a peepal tree, its shade embracing him like an old friend. The disciples gathered, their faces illuminated by the flickering light of a fire, their hearts seeking solace. Consider the open hand, the Buddha began, stretching his hand before us. The gesture simple yet profound. It can hold nothing, yet it is free, unbound by attachments or desires. His words hung in the air, their meaning vast as the ocean, beckoning understanding. I pondered his words, their subtle truths weaving into the tapestry of my thoughts like threads that connected unseen points. Master, I asked, how do we embrace growth without seeking, when longing still stirs us forward? Buddha smiled gently, his expression filled with patience and wisdom that felt boundless and grounding. Why do we cling, my friend? He asked, his voice carrying the weight of understanding. What compels us to grasp at impermanence, to clutch what we cannot keep? His question echoed within me, stirring a maelstrom of emotions, each demanding acknowledgement. I hesitated before speaking, my voice barely audible above the crackle of the fire. Fear, Blessed One, I confessed. Fear of loss, of emptiness, of facing life without the comforts we hold dear. The Buddha nodded, his expression a mirror of serenity, his silence inviting reflection. Fear binds us, he said, his tone as steady as a flowing river. It is the chain that tethers us to suffering. He gestured to the flickering flames, their dance casting shadows that seemed alive. Yet fear, like fire, can be understood and transformed into light. His words resonated, a thread of hope weaving through the fabric of my despair. I looked into his eyes, seeking guidance. How do we transform fear, Blessed One? I asked, my voice tinged with desperation and yearning. He leaned forward, his hands resting lightly on his knees, his presence unwavering. By meeting it with courage and understanding, he said, by opening the hand that clings, even when fear demands we tighten our grip. The simplicity of his statement was a revelation, a key to a locked door I had not seen. The Buddha reached for a piece of wood, its surface smooth, its weight negligible. Hold this, he instructed, placing it in my hand. His touch grounding me. I obeyed, my fingers closing around the object, its texture a stark contrast to the firelight. Now imagine it is something you deeply desire, he said, his voice gentle yet firm. Imagine it is the key to your happiness. I did as he asked, my heart racing with the thought of grasping what I longed for most. The wood, though simple, became a symbol of my attachments, my hopes and fears entwined. The Buddha's gaze held mine, unyielding yet compassionate. Now release it, he said, his words carrying the weight of a command and a blessing. My hand trembled as I loosened my grip, the wood falling to the earth with a soft thud, its absence a hollow in my palm. How does it feel? He asked, his voice inviting truth. I hesitated, the answer forming slowly, like dawn breaking over a dark horizon. Lighter, I admitted, my heart swelling with a mixture of relief and sorrow, but also empty. The Buddha smiled faintly, his expression one of quiet joy and understanding. Emptiness is not a void, he said. It is the space where freedom and possibility reside. His words painted vivid images in my mind, the emptiness becoming a fertile ground for growth and transformation. The fire crackled, its warmth a reminder of life's transient nature, its light a reflection of wisdom. An open hand, he continued, his voice steady as the night, can receive the gifts of the present. Unburdened by the weight of the past, the disciples around us nodded, their faces alight with the spark of realization, their silence an acknowledgement of truth. I closed my eyes, the Buddha's teachings unfolding within me like petals of a lotus, each layer revealing a deeper understanding. As the night deepened, the stars grew brighter, their light a testament to the vastness of existence. The Buddha turned his gaze to the heavens, his expression serene, his presence a beacon in the darkness. Remember, he said, his voice carrying the essence of 1,000 teachings. Freedom lies not in possession but in release. I opened my eyes, the world around me transformed, the burdens of my heart lessened, the path ahead illuminated. The journey was far from over, yet the weight of my attachments felt lighter, my steps surer. The shadow of doubt that had lingered within Ananda felt smaller now, less imposing, as though it, too, had been transformed by the light of understanding. The Sangha's journey continued, their path illuminated by truth. And so, the lesson of the empty hand became a cornerstone of my journey, a reminder of the freedom that lies in letting go. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.